How do we reduce the risk of relapse in cancer patients? An important question answered by one of the top integrative oncologists in the country, Dr. Dwight McKee.
I've had a lot of questions over time. Why haven't we got Dr. Dwight McKee on the Functional Forum? So glad to be here. I just grabbed him over for the signing book. He's signing his new book, After Cancer Care. Doc, you've been in the integrated cancer world for a long time. What is it about this book that's going to be a game changer?
Well, we wrote this book for people who've been treated for cancer, they're in remission, and they want to reduce the risk of relapse, reduce the risk of their cancer ever coming back. There's solid data that exercise alone, 150 minutes a week, reduces the risk of relapse by 50%. If that was a drug, it would be a blockbuster and front page news. Stress management, a simple technique called progressive muscle relaxation, which is one of a menu of stress management techniques, was studied by Barbara Anderson at Ohio State University over a period of 7 years with hundreds of patients, reduced the risk of relapse in high-risk breast cancer patients by 68%.
Yeah.
We don't know if you put together nutrition, exercise, stress management, and social connectivity, which are the kind of the four cornerstones that we address in the book, as well as reducing personal exposure to toxins by the choices that you make. We don't know, because it hasn't been studied yet in aggregate, whether those are synergistic, additive, but we know that we can reduce the risk by at least 50%. And the economics of that is enormous, because every relapse in cancer is an average of $300,000 to $500,000 of treatment, not to mention the human suffering involved.
Absolutely. I would just say one thing. My mother had breast cancer, and she said, ignorance was the disease and cancer was the cure. It was a moment of awakening for her to understand what it was going on.
One of the most teachable moments. And the strategies that reduce the risk of relapse are obviously strategies that will reduce the risk of ever getting cancer in the first place. Yeah. And we are living in an increasing epidemic of cancer, and we know that it is lifestyle related, but it's more than that, because pediatric cancers have been increasing for 20 years. Yeah. That's not lifestyle related. It's the food supply and the environment.
And transgenerational epigenetics, right?
Exactly, the Pottinger effect.
Yeah, exactly. So Doc, you've got the practitioner community that you're speaking to here. If you could give them one tip to up-level the quality of integrative cancer care across the country, or integrative medicine, what would be that tip?
Well, I would recommend that they give any of their patients that have been treated for cancer, are being treated for cancer, have high risk for cancer based on family history or occupational exposure, to give them this book. It saved them a lot of time in teaching and explaining. If people just embrace these four simple things: exercise, nutrition, stress management, and social connectivity, and reducing their exposure to toxins, they're going to dramatically improve the quality of their life. They're going to change their post-cancer experience from one of anxiety every time they go back for their 6-month check, are they going to find something, to one of empowerment, because as they feel better, their anxiety goes down and they start to be in control of the situation instead of at risk and at effect of the situation.
Thanks so much for watching, and for more great clips like this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I've created a special free video just for you called Harnessing the Power of Community in Your Practice, and it'll give you a clinical model, practical tools that double as marketing, and strategies to develop a community of your peers. All you have to do is click on the link below.